my channel. Today's video is going to be a playing with makeup tutorial. I say playing with makeup tutorial because I don't have a plan for any of the makeup that I'm doing. I'm just going to play with it. I'm using a whole bunch of new products that I've recently picked up from Sephora, plus a few products of my own. And yeah, this is the finished look. If you guys are interested, and if you want to know how I completed this look, then just keep watching. But if you are going to keep watching, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It means lots to me. And also everything I mention in this video will be in the description box down below with links. So hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy this video. If you guys watched my haul a few videos ago, I'll leave it up in the cards, then you will have seen some of these products that I bought recently. But if not, I've bought a few things from my collection, and then on top of that, since then I've also bought a couple of the new products. So I thought I would play with them all today, or some of them today, and we would share. So I have done my full skincare routine on my face this morning. If you're interested, I'll leave it up in the cards. I recently did my skincare routine, and I did my full morning routine. The only thing I didn't add this morning was SPF, and that is literally because I'm not leaving the house today. So it seems a bit pointless to put SPF under my makeup if I'm not leaving. So I have a Real Techniques sponge that I'm going to use for a lot of the products today. Otherwise I'll use brushes as I do, but yeah, let's jump into it. So the first product I'm going to test out that's new is my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. These are brand new for me, and I got these in Sunlight. I will pop a swatch up on the screen for you guys to check out how it looks swatched on my hand. But basically these are meant to, like, you add these to like your primer, your foundation, your sunscreen, your moisturizer, and it like meant to give you like a glow from within sort of product. So I thought I would do that today, and I would add it to my foundation. Let's go in with a foundation I've used in a while. Let's go in with my NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in Mont Blanc. This is one of my favourite actual foundation products that I've ever used. I don't use it that often because it's normally for special events, but we're going to play with it today. So I'm going to put some of that on the back of my hand, just that much. And then I'm going to go in with some of this, which it says shake well, so I'm going to give it a good shake and apply. It is like a dropper. And then I'm going to go in with my sponge, mix them together and apply it to my face. So let's have a look. I've used this once before, mixing it with my moisturizer, and I really liked the effect it gave, where it gave me glowy skin, but it didn't actually like cover my skin as such. It just gave me a really, really nice glow. I love this foundation. This is like an OG foundation. If you guys have been watching YouTube for a long time, then you probably would have seen me use this, but you've also probably seen all the other beauty YouTubers use this. I don't see it as much anymore, I guess because more and more foundations and products have got released since then, but this is something that if I want like a foundation, it's one that I always go back to. Otherwise I use my It Cosmetics CC cream, which I have in like 4 different shades because your girl is Casper in winter. Look at that glow. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Alright, now we're going to move in and we're going to cover the few little spots that I have. I'm going to use 2 new concealers that I've recently picked up. So these are the Thin Lizzy Flawless Complexion Concealers, and I have the shades Enchanted Rose and the shades Angel, which again I'll pop up in a swatch for you guys to see in a second. Angel is my skin tone, Enchanted Rose is my under the eye colour. So we'll use some of Angel, just a little bit here, to like cover a few spots on my face. My skin is not its best right this very second because if you guys watched, or I'm not sure if it's going to come before or after this, it was my coconut oil hair myth video. It completely ruined my skin that week. It completely like threw out my skin, which is super not fun. so my skin is still recovering from that. So yeah, you only need a tiny bit of this and look how pigmented it is. And then I'm going to use my sponge and I'm just going to use the slide that I used to blend out my foundation to blend in that concealer. That is those products. Moving on to my next products. I thought I would go with the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer because I've used the matchsticks before in videos, so I might put that aside for today. And we're going to use the cream one. So I'm going to use some of this. I'm just going to pop that on my finger. It's really, you guys can see I've put my finger in it. It's a really like creamy texture. And I'm just going to dab that on. Yeah. And yeah. And sort of up here. And then I'm going to use my sponge. And we're going to blend it out. It's really subtle looking as well, which is pretty. It's an almost like not there formula, which is really interesting. Definitely buildable. If you guys have fair skin like me, you could absolutely get away with this, if not even lighter skin. I actually picked up quite a dark colour. I picked up Honey Glaze, which was quite a dark colour. They make lighter ones. But I thought that I really liked that this was so warm. A lot of my bronzers are really cool toned. I don't buy a lot of warm bronzers. So I thought this would be a really nice sort of change. It's very barely there. If you guys are looking for something that's really light and like almost like a bronze but not really there, this is really nice. I'm going to follow that up with the Sun-Kissed Nude Sticks All Over Matte Colour Bronzer. This is meant to be more of like a sunburn sort of shade. And so I'm going to put some of this on there and we're going to see how we go. And then this actually does come with a brush on the other end, but I'm not going to use that because, like I said, I'm using my sponge today. And we're going to blend that out and we're going to see how that goes. So this is more of like a sunburn sort of colour, like almost like you've been out in the sun, you've had almost like a little bit too much sun and you're very like flushed. So it's a lot more obvious of a colour and it has quite a bit of pink in it. So this is definitely not some sort of like contour shade, it is definitely a like blush bronzer hybrid. Kind of reminds me of the NARS multiple stick. I put a little bit on my nose to sort of go with that like sunburned look. Like you can see, you look like, I literally look like I've been sitting out in the sun and like gotten a little bit of sunburn. Awesome. Moving on, I do want to sort of like carve out my cheeks a little bit. I picked up this. This was on like a clearance, I guess, because Sephora was doing like a clearance sale. And so this is the Matchstick in Ebony, which is a really dark brown colour. But I thought this would be an interesting like highlight, contour. Normally I use my Matchstick in Amber, which you can see is a much lighter tone. But when I swatched these, there's actually only 2 shades between these. When I swatched these, I found that this was actually not that much darker once it was blended out. So I thought I would give it a go. I mean, it's going to probably be way too dark, but we're going to give it a go. I'm going to just put like a really light amount. You guys can see it's quite dark. But I really thought it'd be interesting to give it a go. It's also super pigmented, like I'm barely touching my skin here. And we're going to use that as a contour and give that a go. Same sponge, same process. Like you can't even really tell, once I blended it out, it just shadows, like, which I kind of wanted. It really acts as like a shadow. Which is quite cool. So if you guys are interested in trying something as like a contour. This is a good idea. Go a couple shades darker than you thought you would and use this, or use something similar. Of course my hair is in the way. If you guys are wondering, there is a mirror right there, so I'm using that, so I'm not just looking in the viewfinder the whole time. That's where I put the product, so you can't even really tell it was there. Except that it literally looks like it just shadowed my face. So anyway, I really like it. I also thought it would be really nice as an eyeshadow colour, but we're not going to give that a go as an eyeshadow colour today. Moving on, we're going to continue on with the whole new products. I also picked up this. Now I actually have quite a few Huda Beauty products, but I don't have anything in this colour. I have 3 of their other palettes and they're all really neutrals. I went with purple because I have super green eyes and I thought it would be interesting to see how we went with purple. I haven't really used a purple eyeshadow before, at least not in a really long time. So one thing I'm going to use that was already mine that is not new is I'm going to use my NARS smudge proof eye base. I'm going to make this up as I go, so let's see how we go. I've heard really amazing things about this. I haven't really had a chance to give it a go yet. I got it as like a deluxe sample in a box, in a Mecca Loop box, and so I haven't really had a chance to sort of give it a go. But I'm interested to see how it holds. Okay. One thing I'm also going to use before I go in with the products I've got in there is I'm just going to take a soft fluffy like blending brush, this one, and I'm just going to go in with a brown just to sort of get in my crease. So I will still continue with the theme. I'll use a Huda Beauty brown, this colour, yeah, no idea what it's called, but it's from the Warm palette. I'm going to go in with that brown, just a teeny tiny bit of it, and define the crease a little bit before I go in with any purple shadows. Okay. I'm just going to go in with a flat shadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this light purpley colour in the corner first. I'm going to put that, actually, yeah, all over the lid. These are so pigmented, they're so pretty. And then I've kept that brush that I was using with the brown shadow aside, so as my blending brush. Just sort of keep going back and blending these out. So this is going to be my base colour. Moving on, I'm going to build up to the next colour, this one, and put that sort of in the centre of the eye. From like the centre of the eye outwards. I'm going to go in with, next, so I've done this colour and this colour, I'm going to go in with this colour and finish up with this colour and then go in with that in the inner corner. So, no idea what any of these colours are actually called. I'm using the same brush which I've cleaned in between using with a Mecca like brush cleaner. And I'm going to use this colour, this darker colour, just in the outer corner. It looks like a mess right now, but don't worry, I'm going to blend it out in a second. Take that blending brush I had, give it a quick clean, and then I'm going to take this and just blend out the edges a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about the inner corner because I'm going to go in with a lighter colour in a minute. And then finally I'm going to go in with this super dark purple colour here, right in the very outer V corner. can see that is a much darker colour than the colour they were using. But don't worry. And we're going to blend it out a little bit. Just really lightly. So there's no harsh lines. Don't worry about all this like extra shadow. I'm going to clean that up last. And then I'm going to take that same brush that I'm going to give a quick clean to. Okay. I'm going to dip it in this really shimmery colour and I'm going to put that in my inner corner. And I'm going to take the same brush, take that mid-toned colour that I used earlier and pop that on the lower lashes. And then finally I'm going to take another clean brush and just take a neutrally shade, just like a plain skin coloured shade like this one. And I'm actually going to clean up the eyeshadow. I'm going to pop some of that here. And then under the brow bone. Finally, I'm just going to chuck on a little bit of clear brow gel because I'm keeping them super unexcited right now. This is just Anastasia clear brow gel. And then I'm going to chuck on some mascara, which I'm just going to go with a L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes one. This is just one that's already been open. And then finally we're going to finish off the look using, going back to that Nude Sticks palette that I picked up, and using the lip colour, which is in Pulse. So it is the Gel Lip Colour and Cheek Balm in Pulse. Which is this beautiful like neutral shade, which I really, really like. And that is the finished look. I'm going to go in with my MAC Fix Plus because it's a love of mine. And then that's the finished look. Down below if you tried any of these products, and if you liked this tutorial, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you guys are new to my channel, and I will see you next time in my videos. Bye!